Aloha and good afternoon. My name is Jürgen Steinmetz, joining you with eTurbo News and our breaking news show from Honolulu. And today we have a guest, Mr. Stephen Peacock, and he is in charge of an organization, Green Globe Inc. He will explain a little bit about what he's doing with his organization, how he fits in the probably most talked about subject in the travel and tourism industry and anywhere, climate change. And welcome, Stephen.
Thank you, Jürgen. Pleasure to be here. As far as me personally, I come from a business background. I started in the insurance business through my family's insurance agency. In the process of learning that business, it was a commercial insurance agency, so I had various clients in different kinds of businesses, and so it was kind of a great education for me. And I actually started with a tutorial 1-year period in Lloyd's, London. So I got also to understand how international business works. But it wasn't my calling. So after about 7 years of creating a successful career in insurance, I moved into real estate and took my knowledge of business activities and applied them to real estate initially, and just buying houses and fixing them up and selling them, and then that developed into buying land in the path of growth and developing that. And in that process, I learned a lot about financing, both private and public. On the public side, I did federal tax credits, grants, shared appreciation mortgages, and those kinds of things to help low-income families buy houses or to fix up real estate in blighted communities. That turned into a successful venture. And in the process of learning all this, I decided to attempt to take the company public, and that was successful. I then filed with the SEC to change the public company to a business development company to raise capital to invest in small businesses in the United States. One of the small public companies that I controlled is the entity that acquired the brand, the Green Globe UK company that owns the name and trademark rights to Green Globe. And that was in 2008. So since 2008, I have gotten an education in everything from travel and tourism to sustainable activities, and have seen this paradigm shift from ignorance and ignoring to a global movement that has captured the attention of the youth. And as you and I were just talking, that I think is our saving grace as we look at the world today. It's in danger of imploding. It's drying up and resulting in fires that spread so fast that it catches up with a car, and people are jumping into the ocean to save themselves. So if there was ever a time where Green Globe had an opportunity to make a difference, it's today.
Yeah, no, and I fully agree, because this is a problem worldwide. Unfortunately, here in Hawaii, we're just caught with a terrible situation, but it's not an isolated situation anymore. We have fires, we have the hottest summers in the world. It's everywhere. And of course, the travel and tourism industry is relying on what it stands for, travel and tourism, and being responsible in this field, especially the businesses that are working within the travel and tourism industry. Yes, beach hotels want the nice beaches. How can you maintain the nice beaches with threats like this going on? So I assume your organization is looking at the deeper picture, and also looking at, I would assume you have case studies where you go and advise destinations how to do things different, how to get certified. What exactly is your goal as Green Globe?
Well, as the brand, the Green Globe brand, again, it is almost ubiquitous in its construction. It doesn't have it doesn't have a stated underlying business only. It can operate under any kind of a flag we choose to operate under. Its history is that it was created in 1993, coming out of the first World Earth Summit in Rio, for the specific purpose of providing a standard and criteria for sustainability certification in the travel and tourism industry. And it had a partner in Australia that had a grant from the Australian government and funding from Qantas. And the participants down there were 16 universities in nonprofit groups called the Sustainable Tourism Cooperative Research Center. And in 2001, it partnered with the brand to create the first globally recognized standard and criteria for sustainable operations in the travel and tourism industry. So that's our underpinning. That's what we started with, and that's today that is operated under a license agreement between us, Green Globe Ltd, UK, the owner of the brand, and trademark rights to a Los Angeles-based corporation that has a license under a DBA Green Globe certification. And so that business is doing well and growing pretty much every month. And there's no question that what was created back in 2001 was meant to be a response and an answer to how to manage your business, and in many ways, but certainly from a standpoint of safety, fire protection, water consumption, food waste, transportation, corporate social responsibility. So that in and of itself is a response to what's going on today. However, my view of it, because of my background, it allows me to look beyond that. And so we have identified renewable energy as a component of our business model going forward. We have products in waste management. We have just entered into an agreement with a French corporation called Civitime that has gamified sustainability, or has gamified CSR, but contacted us, and we are in a process of putting a game together that teaches employees the basics of sustainability. And so the corporate owner, the employer, is the client, and the game is for the employees. Other avenues are microcap financing for small businesses. We've identified that as an entry level kind of a venture into a new country. Will come with a smaller number of finance, but we'll set that up and look to help the underserved with their businesses. So it could be almost anything that we determine is for the betterment of society.
Right. And when you go, so your the people you consult or your clients, these are mostly destinations, or these are private businesses?
Well, they're everything from countries to private businesses and everything in between.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry.
The certification business is, we're in the processes of expanding that license agreement into certification in all sectors.
Right.
So to answer your question, the certification process is going to be available to every business owner around the world. But again, it doesn't address some of the actual implementation of some of these standards and criteria, or other needs outside of that.
Okay, so you're working you're working hand in hand on one side with the certification. What you said is outsourced to an entity that works under your license, but you look as an organization more at the bigger pictures of different ways to play a role in projects that would assist with the danger of climate change. Is that correct?
Yes. We were just talking about the electricity issue in Lahaina in Maui, and how renewable energy might have changed the dynamics there. So it's about being responsible and recognizing that we're not guaranteed that this we're going to live in a lifestyle with no limitations.
And then again, of course, you must have a network of partners you bring into a situation, into a project that do the work on the ground, right?
Well, this is the wonderful thing about the work that's been done before I got involved. From the creation of the standards and criteria in 2001, 2002, clients were generated both from the Australian partner and from the brand itself around the world to use this standard, and it caught on, and it has had kind of a rough history where people felt like they could do better than what was happening, and so there was kind of a tug of war about who would own this, and I was able to meet Jeffrey Lippman, who is the founder, in this 2008 timeframe, and he explained to me that he was in the process of selling selling the brand to the Australia partner, and he felt like they weren't going to use it in the proper manner to build it into something bigger. And I looked into it myself and made the decision to buy it. So we put a deal together and closed it in February of 2009. And I've been watching this process ever since. So today we're mostly through our certification partner, we have representation either from as a consulting affiliate or from actual Green Globe members, certified members, hotels mostly, in approximately 80 countries, and about 600 clients. Now there's 700,000 hotels around the world,
Right.
so we're a speck as we speak. And certification isn't for everybody because it requires you to make changes, and it's an independent verification, the highest caliber of certification obtainable. But renewable energy can be almost across, can be a component that doesn't require certification initially. I mean, that's a decision that the business owner can make, but we can still bring renewable energy and water waste solutions to the community where Green Globe is already established. So I actually have the privilege of being able to pick a country, contact the Green Globe people there, introduce myself, and go there and seek out their needs and look to provide the implementation of those needs through the community itself. So there's everything's local except for the overall analysis of the projects, creating the cash flows, the projections, the financing of it, which is what I do through my consultants. Then we reach out to the local banks and to the IFC or the ADB or ESG funds, that kind of thing. So that's where I'm lucky enough to be able to utilize what's gone on before me.
No, that's a fascinating subject. Sounds very complicated, but it's really not that complicated, I think.
I may have made it sound complicated. It's not, because it's the same process wherever you are.
But
different people, same processes.
No, I understand. And if any destination wanted to contact you and learn more about what you're doing, I assume you have a website people can go to.
Yes, we do. It has a lot of detail, history, affiliates, current products, contact information. So I would welcome anybody to reach out to me, either directly, speacock@greenglobeltd.com, or go to our website first to gather the information, and that's obviously www.greenglobeltd.com.
Right, and we will show the website here also. And Steve, it has been a pleasure talking to you, and we should talk a little bit more in the future, maybe about some of the cases you were involved in.
Love to.
Because that would probably clarify a lot of this quite complex message we were able to get out, but we got an introduction out, what you're doing. And I really have to say, it's fascinating how involved your organization is on the global scale. And
yes.
So let's pinpoint and highlight some of these projects that are definitely worth mentioning. And but for now, I wanted to thank you for contributing to the Breaking News Show. And we hope you enjoy your weekend, and we talk to you again very soon.
Thank you, Jürgen. It's been a pleasure.